wait for the start of this one. And it comes...
Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go. It's week 11. Return starts at the 9. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
If there's such thing as perfection in the NFL for a quarterback, well, he pretty much achieved it last week. QB rating through the roof. No mistakes, 6 touchdowns. Just a phenomenal day. Hard to replicate. But the consistency and the confidence that can come out of that.
He's got it at the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Blown back to the backfield, and they give it to him. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Pass play now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back to throw now. This finds Mitchell complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Has it in close. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. They are throwing it again. And the catch is made for the touchdown. These guys take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game, we will all judge together. But no doubt about it on that opening drive, Brock, he was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, I think this is twofold. Number one, you love to get this guy started early. He's a playmaker. He's a difference maker. Number two, this defense, well, they better be on high alert because this offense feels like they have a matchup they can attack, and that time attack a 3rd time for 6.
And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Return starts at the 3. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he goes out of bounds to hand that excellent field position up across the 40. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. And they'll have a veteran leading them out. It's their 9th-year quarterback.
Hey, it's very easy for me to use all these psychological cliches, Kate, right? Got to flush it. You got to play one play at a time. You got to flush last week's 5-interception performance. But the reality is you got to be in the moment. You can't even be thinking about last week. You got to think about every play, guard that ball with everything you got, and most importantly, help your team find a W.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From midfield now. Short pass brought in. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down. Looking to the air here. He connects with the rookie from LSU. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. All set up now for 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Hits him on the out route.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
He's got to, and this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. They'll send out the punting unit. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And that's well into the end zone, so a missed chance to stick them near the goal line. Instead, they're going to have the ball at the 20. The visitors and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And as he continues lighting up the stat sheets this season, we can see he's still chasing one man for the NFL lead in passing yardage. And all he can get is 1 yard, ran that right into the defensive front. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 29. Complete out to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. He'll throw it. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. So now it's 13-zip, Brock, and they've got to be even happier knowing that multiple phases of their game contributing to this lead early on.
I'm going to guess the defense probably not going to keep up with the offensive scoring touchdown for touchdown, but you can't script a better start.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Returning it from the 4. And look at this return. And he's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. They'll take that every time. Great field position to begin this drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he works this to the 38 before going down. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it sets up first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. To throw it on first down. Complete out to the right side. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. From the 31. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Whatever could go wrong for him so far certainly has. And so many times when we see a QB throw an interception early, it just starts to get in your head. That little seed of doubt, that little thought that you got to flush of, oh, what's going to happen next? Because then you hold the ball, and you hold the ball in this league, and you get sacked.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. They'll try and throw it here. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Brings in the kick at the 9. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now this offense ready to head back out. They've ripped off 4 straight wins, and if this lead holds, that's going to be 5 before we know it. Throwing it to start this drive. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. They'll run here from the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. He's going to throw this one. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And a fair catch made here at the 17. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be their football. Airing it out to start this drive. Looking slant route, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. The scoreboard reads 14-3. We'll return with more NFL action right after this. Second quarter about to get underway, and this home crowd excited as their guys have possession. They start with 2nd and 6. Here's the lone back on the handoff. Room to work at the 35. Down the sideline inside the 40. And finally stopped at the 34. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Throwing from the gun here. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, or maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting second right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. On first down, they'll run. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Here's 2nd and 11. Catch made by Mitchell. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Caught quickly on the slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And they'll have first down. He'll throw it yet again. Finds Woods. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He's got it. He has the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Now they'll try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And his guys lead by 15 now. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. This offense getting all set for this series. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Putting a receiver in motion. Play action on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Okay, you give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another try following the sack. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first 2 plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely third down pickup.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on third down. Blown back, gets the handoff. And he gets this one up to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but they still need a bunch here on fourth down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 61-yard punt that time, and they'll get ready to go on offense. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Airing it out to start this drive. The screen pass falls incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline off.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Oh, what a step on. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return.
That's so cool. He really did it all for him, didn't he? First he forced the turnover, and then he set them up in a better spot with a really nice return. Yeah, he had designs on doing the scoring for him, too. One more move, and he might have broken it for 6.
Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory. They've got a short field after that pick. Ball at the 33 for first down. They're going play action. Finds a seam down the middle. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down. From the red zone now. This one's caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third down, 1 yard to go.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's brought down for a loss. Hang on now. Looks like we've got an injured player out there and in need of some aid. So we'll step away briefly as they work on him. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Now a give running right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And the reward is they get off the field.
Here comes their offense out again. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing from near his own goal line. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. They'll throw it. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
From their own end zone, and he gets it away. And he'll haul in this punt. Fair catch made at the 45-yard line. No return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Throwing now on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference, they pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, and they've had a heyday in the backfield.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. They've got 1st down from the 31. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. The rush gets home, and they stick it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even though there's a lot of game time left here, Kate, this just feels like a must for the defense. A little bit of desperation. You cannot allow this offense to find the end zone again in a massive sack on 1st down. Well, that's the right way to begin this series defensively.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Another carry for him. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. So out now comes the punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And that is where they'll start the next drive. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Pass play coming here. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. They go play action here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll send out the punting unit. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Looking to return from the 29. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And they'll begin this possession in just a moment. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. To throw it on 1st down. He'll get this to Tucker. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 35 out of that one. And they're going to have a 1st down. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that 1st down play. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Now looking to throw. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Celebrating a decade in the NFL, he sends it through. And it's a 3-score game now, an 18-point lead.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. He's back to throw. Searching. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. So we're at halftime of a lopsided contest thus far. One team with a whole lot of adjustments to make during the break. As we hear from Jonathan Coachman over in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game.
The rest of the league can wait. We'll see how they're faring later. Our focus, it's on these two teams as we skip halftime and get right back to this contest. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. So their offense will have it first to begin quarter number 3. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Back-to-back carries here. And this one doesn't go far. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. We get a timeout here called by the offense. Throwing on 2nd and 8. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! These guys cut into the lead coming out of halftime. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. He's going to field this at the 2. And this drive will start inside the 25. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And he has just shredded NFL defenses so far this season. You can see he's sitting 2nd right now across the league in rushing yards. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Back to throw. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
That's how you draw it up defensively. That's exactly what you want the coverage to do. Force that quarterback to throw it short and get off the field.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They'll run here on 1st down. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Breaks across midfield, hits the opposing territory. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that'll give him a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Complete out to the right. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. They'll come up 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Dropping back to throw. Brought in right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that gives them 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
The offense will line up for a 2-point.
He's throwing for it! And he goes out of bounds. Wow, major miscue there, and they're not going to get 2.
You go with what you think is your best option. There they felt like it was going to be a pass, but sometimes it simply doesn't work.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. That's Mitchell on the slant. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Tossing right to the short side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone could finally get to him.
The give now out of the shotgun. And not a lot of space to work. He's brought down at the 45. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Takes the handoff, now to throw. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Dumped off to his running back. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it'll give him a 1st down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They are throwing it again. This finds Mitchell, complete. And they take him down right along the 30.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd and 3. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Cut near the goal line. And in for the touchdown. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. That one splits the uprights. And these guys push the lead up to 12.
Our home team, 19.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. He fields it from the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
2nd and 6 now. Short pass brought in. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. He's dropping back to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They get 6 and a 1st down as well. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. First and 10 from the 41. He'll throw it yet again. Rolling left, buying some time. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Setting up a throw. Finds a man right side. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
This one intended for the running back. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. Looking for a throw here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So now a timeout comes in. They can talk over what to do here on 4th and 2. Trying to push this past the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They've got 1st down from the 31. Here's a throw. Completed over the middle. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
the 25-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Across his body, defender's there, it's intercepted. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Back to the well again. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards there, partner. A strong gain. And now a much more manageable 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Catch made by Mitchell. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Complete over the middle. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Give now to the running back. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Cut out left. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives this forward until they bring him down at the 38-yard line. Give him 4 yards on the carry. Gets him some yards back, but still 3rd and 9 upcoming. They're throwing it. That's completed right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought that defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
The home teams ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Hits him on the in route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Hauled in left side. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. From midfield on 2nd down. Finds a seam down the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Throw caught at the 6. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
From the red zone now. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. And he's in. Touchdown! These guys now within 1 score in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Kicking team out to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And his guys trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Has this at the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Setting up the screen. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning. These guys leading by 5. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's a give, fullback headed up the gut. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. He'll throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Here's a give up the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They give it to him again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
A gain of 4 for them. That sets up 3rd and 7.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that we're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
He'll go to a knee to close this one out, Brock, and it's only fitting that he's holding the ball in the end after the absolutely tremendous game that he had.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And this winning streak continues to grow as they claim their 4th victory in a row.